Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin. Today we're going to talk about some goals. We're going to look at goals and whether I achieved them or not, and then we're going to talk about what my goals are for 2023. Are they the same? Are they different? What are we doing here? So let's get into it. So in 2022, I did not make like an actual goals video, but I did create some goals for myself. The first of which was my reading goal for the year. I originally had that set at 90 because in 2021, I think I ended with like 105 books or something. So I thought, you know what? Let's set that at 90 and then maybe I can reach that again. But midway through the year, I reassessed this goal of making 90 books because I just felt like I was trying to rush through books too fast and not really enjoying them or retaining anything that I read, and that I was just reading to read and not for like fun. So I scaled it back to 75. And I actually met that goal. I exceeded that goal by, I don't know how many books, numbers, 12. I got to 87 books by the end of the year. So that's like, yeah, that's 12. And so I did it. I made that goal. And then I had a goal of 12 nonfiction books in the year. I also made that by the skin of my teeth. The last book that I read in 2022 was Inferior by Angela Safini, and I barely made 12 books that year. And I feel like a lot of them I read towards the latter end of the year, which I don't know why. I do know why. I had a major slump in the middle of the year and I wasn't reading anything, so fiction or nonfiction. So that really put a dent on my nonfiction reading. Another goal of mine was to complete 5 series, and I did. I actually completed 7 series. I like knocked a lot of them out at the beginning of the year. I don't know how I did that. Like I was just going through books like super fast, like it was water. And I was having the time of my life just reading something from start to finish. Will I do that again this year? I don't know. We'll see. And then I had at the beginning of the year 14 priority books that I needed to read by the end of the year, or they had to be unhauled. For the most part, I succeeded. I did not read all of them. I started some and then quickly DNF'd them, or as I was going through the year, I realized I'm just not interested in these books anymore, so I got rid of them. Some of them I did read, and I don't think any of them I like fully enjoyed. Nope. The Blood of Emmett Till was good, and something else. I'm sure there had to be something else that I enjoyed from those 14 books. But if you're interested to find out what these 14 books were, I'll link it in the cards and in the description below. But I did read those, most of them. The last 4 were real sketch, so, but things happened with them. The point is, they're no longer on my unread TBR, and they will go out into the world probably and find new places to live. And then the one goal that I had that I did not complete in 2022 was to read 2 presidential biographies. Now, I think I had presidential biography burnout because I was reading the presidents in order. And so it was not as interesting to me because I was reading about the same events over and over and over again. Now, while the perspectives on those events may have changed a little, they were still the same events in such a short period of time. Like I was reading all the founding fathers because that's how we start. And so it just wasn't going. And then mid-year, I decided that I would just read them randomly. I would just pick up a president at random and read that. And that actually helps. I ended up picking James Garfield, and I got a book on him and read it. It was one of the best nonfiction books I read in 2022. I had a very good time with that. And I think it had something to do with the fact that he was not a founding father. And actually, it was a very interesting, like, little story about him. We'll talk more about it later. But that's what I did. Now, on to my 2023 goals. Are they the same as last year? Maybe a little different. Some of the things are the same. One thing is my reading goal. So last year was 90, I pushed it back to 75, and this time I'm settling in at 80. I think I can get to 80. I think that's like my sweet spot. I think that's where I really thrive. And will I go beyond 80? Probably, but that's where we're gonna settle at. 80 for now. Now, if I go above and beyond that, great for me. And the chances of me not making 80 are slim to none unless something just like happens. But I don't foresee something happening. Please, no slumps. We don't want slumps here. I had enough of those in 2022. I think everybody had enough of those in 2022. And so we just don't want any more. Okay, that's not for us this year. I am going to go back to presidential biographies because I enjoyed James Garfield so much and I'm still enjoying reading them. And so I'm going back to my little presidential TBR jar and we're gonna pick 2 right now. Hopefully they're far enough apart in time that I'm not reading about the same events. So let's see who we've got here. I don't know if you can see that. I can't. It says Hillary Clinton. I put this in here because there was no way I was gonna read about 45. And so I was like, instead of reading about him, I'm going to read Hillary Clinton's memoir that she wrote. So you know what? I love that. That's where we're going. And let's see who else we have. If I have Bill Clinton, I'm gonna be pissed. Who do we have? Let me see. Will it focus? It's not gonna focus. Zachary Taylor. I actually don't know anything about this dude, but I do know that he is far enough removed from Hillary Clinton that I will not be overlapping timelines. So this is interesting. I have a pretty current person and a pretty not current person that I actually know absolutely nothing about. I don't even know when he was president. And because I think that I will probably fly through the Hillary Clinton memoir, there's actually a couple of books written about her. So I don't know whether I'll read what she wrote or whether I'll read something that was written about her. But since I think I'll fly through that, I may end up reading a 3rd president this year. I have 2 other goals. One is newish and one is new. So the newish one is, you know, I have my bookend series and that is trying to get all of the unread books off of my physical TBR here and decrease that. My plan is always to try to get it under 100, but I think I need to be a little bit more realistic. And so by the end of this year, I definitely need to be under 130 unread books on these shelves, especially because I'm considering moving this year and nobody wants to move all of these books. I mean, not that I would be moving them. I'm not doing that, but like, you know, I don't want to stress out somebody's back for these books that have just been sitting here. So I'm really going to try to get under 130. You will know what my starting point is in a couple of weeks. I think my bookends will come out in a couple of weeks, so you'll know what my starting point is, but 130. We're gonna be under 130 by the end of the year. Hopefully we'll be way under 130 by the end of the year. Oh, well, I guess that also, I meant to say I have 3 goals because one ties into that. I'm going to try to cap myself at buying 2 books per month. There are 2 times where that's not going to happen. The first time is my birthday. I'm gonna buy myself birthday books. I'm not putting a cap on it. The second time is Christmas. I'm buying myself Christmas gifts. I'm not putting a cap on it. So, but the rest of the year, the other 10 months, we're gonna try to cap it at 2 books. And if I receive gifts, I'm not saying like, no, don't get me gifts. You know, gifts, I love gifts. So I would never turn them down if somebody wanted to give me one. And so that is that on book buying, because there's no way I can go on a book buying ban. I just think it's dumb. I think like if I restrict myself once the ban is done, then I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna buy all the books. So 2 books a month. If I buy a book, I do. If I don't, even better. And then this is my very last goal. It's my very newest goal that I have, and that is an around the world goal. I mostly read North American authors or books set in North America, and I just like to make sure that I'm branching out. So I'm going to attempt to read a book that's either set on one of the other continents or written by an author that is not from North America. So that's what we're going to be doing. Antarctica is clearly not going to be one that's focused on, but the other 5 will be my focus for the year. We're going to try to get 2 from every continent. That is bare minimum, and I think it's very doable. So those are my goals for 2023. We looked at what I did and achieved in 2022, and I think that this is going to be a good reading year for me. I think it's going to be a good reading year for us. And so that's all I have for you guys today. Tell me about your goals. What are you guys doing this year? What are you hoping to achieve? What's your reading goal? Do you guys have any like special goals? Tell me about it down in the comments. We'll talk, and until next time, bye.